Welcome to the Zen Zone. We are unboxing the begode Tesla. It's on the lighter end of the spectrum in the EUC world. It's more of like I would say it's actually a really great wheel to start with. It's probably one of the best wheels to start with. It's not too big. It's not too heavy. It's ultra portable. Has a 1500 watt battery, so you're still going to get a decent amount of range. And it could, maybe, I think I would keep it under 31 miles an hour, but it could go a little bit faster than that, depending on your weight. Definitely something you need to be careful with, because cutting out on a small little wheel like this would not be fun. And it's plastic, so it will get broken and you'll need to buy new shells. So it's something to be cognizant of is your speeds. Always make sure you are connected to the app and familiar with the speed abilities of your EUC. This begode Tesla is a sweet little wheel. I got it from Alien Rides. You can use the discount code ZEN, get yourself $50 discount. That helps a little bit. This Tesla is a little bit more than the other Teslas. I think it's MSRP is $1,699. So with that discount code, you're getting it close to $1,600. That's not bad for a 1500 watt battery. This is a ultra portable performance wheel. It's not small, the smallest of small wheels. It's like a medium-sized wheel. You don't have that thick tire for stability, so it's not a racing wheel. It would not be a racing wheel, but it's like an in-between. It's like it's in a good place. The reason I wanted the Tesla is because sometimes I need to charge my car, and there's not car charging at my apartment, so I need to charge outside of the apartment complex. And so I'll just go plug in my car at an electric charging location and then ride the Tesla back. I don't want to carry the begode EX or the Sherman in the trunk. That's just a lot of effort to go charge a car, but I throw the Tesla in there, and it's not small and boring like my 14D. That's a great beginner wheel. This is a beginner wheel. It has that capability of the 14D, plus has a lot more speed and power, and the screen. Plus, I think it looks better. I feel nice taking into coffee shops. The trolley handle is perfect for my size. It's a really good wheel. The Clark pads could fit if you wanted to make them fit, the smaller Clark pads. These are the V2 Clark pads, I think, for smaller wheels, and it would fit on there. I would have to make some little bit of modifications, but I think they'd fit on just fine. The screen is really nice. Really liking the screen. Not quite sure what all the numbers mean, though, but it is pretty cool having the screen. Be careful looking down at it while you're riding. You could get yourself in trouble. You look away from the road or where you're traveling for a split second on a small tire like this, and you could really go flying. So the screen could be a bit of a distraction, and you need to avoid distractions. Taking a look on the inside, it looks a little bit different than the V2. Wrong Way did a really great breakdown video, and Crystal Rider as well. If you need help doing a full breakdown, also I could probably help you out, but this is just a quick look at the inside. Bit more space. It doesn't seem as crammed up. It's a lot. There's a few little changes between the V2 and the V3. You do need to be careful, because if you're just solely relying on the V2 video, you may make a mistake like I did, but it was a minor mistake just with a screw. I stripped a screw that wasn't important, so that's something to be cognizant of. They aren't the most expensive screws, so when you're using a drill, just be careful. That's not how I stripped it. I did not strip it with the drill. It was one of the screws hidden under the trolley handle. There was some goop over it, and I couldn't figure out how to get the shell off, so I was pulling the shell without having removed the screws in the trolley handle. Here's the board. The board looks nice, and we're going to get into the riding footage. If you want to see more of the breakdown video, I could post that up as well. I didn't want to bore you too much with that. So here I'm behind a sports car, and he sees us, and then it's like he starts to just go ultra slow right here. This video is flipped, by the way, but it's like he just almost comes to a stop. So I had to get on the sidewalk. On the sidewalks, you want to go pedestrian type speeds, because you never know, there might be a kid that's totally staring at the ground, and if you weren't paying attention, you would run into him. But if you're going slow and paying attention, zero risk. It's like walking if you're going slow enough. This Tesla feels sweet, and this is a sweet area to ride. Vegas, the perfect weather. Right now we have riding season going on. It gets a bit windy. It's been a bit windy this year. I don't remember ever being this windy in Vegas, but it keeps it cool. After we'll have like a wind spell, and then it'll be nice and cool for a few days, so it keeps it from getting real hot. But it is getting real hot. It is that time in Vegas where we're gonna have a few really, really hot months, so pay attention to your EUC temperatures if you're going out on a hot day. You don't want to overheat and cut out. That would be really bad. I noticed some of the RSs are overheating quite a bit. My friend's RS, who is filming right now, John Kendall Photography, he does a lot of my photos and does a great job with those, but his RS has been overheating quite a bit. You need to definitely be cognizant of your speeds. We're going to have to take a look at the inside of his RS as well. Maybe we could upgrade the fan, or I've heard of some people's fans being put on backwards, and that could be the cause of the issue, because his is overheating way faster than any other EUC I've seen. So yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that. The Tesla, though, I've had no issues with it overheating. This thing is just sweet little EUC. I like where the board is placed on the top. It feels good. I did ride it through the grass and got a thorn stuck through the tire, and that's why I actually had to do a breakdown and take a look inside, because I had to do a tire change. Not a tire change, I had to put in a new tube. Didn't have to put in a new tube. Patch the only tube I had because I didn't have an extra Tesla tube. We'll order a new one, but patching it up was easy enough, as long as you don't slime it. I am not about sliming my tires anymore, because I learned the hard way. If you put slime in your tire, you cannot patch it up, and sometimes tubes can be hard to find. I know E-Wheels was sold out for a while. I bought some from Rev Rides and Yuko, and I bought some from online too, but they didn't quite work out. You got to make sure you have the valve extender, not the valve extender. You got to make sure the valve extender is the bent one. Make sure you get the bent valve on your tube. But that's something to get a bunch of, is some tubes. Really, man, I've been riding for maybe 15,000 miles now on various different EUCs, and I've never had any flats from actually riding them. After a tire change, like an immediate flat from not seating it right, I've had that, but not any flats from was factory. I went out riding at factory and ran over a little thorn. So this is a thin tire on this Tesla. Be careful with nails. Be careful with riding it through places where you might get a thorn in it. That's what happened. I got a thorn in it, and it's not fun to do a tire change. I'm actually starting to get more into the tech side, and so I kind of like looking at the insides of the EUC. And now that I'm more competent and have made the mistake of, with my EX, when I was putting it back together, I didn't silicone the Hall sensor down and it came unplugged, and that's what caused my cutout and caused me a bit of an injury. So that I know the mistakes that you can make now because I've made them, and know how not to make them now. Definitely be careful. Wrong way. And Go George. Go George has an amazing breakdown of wheels, begode wheels, and his videos are extremely helpful, and he shows you what screws to replace them with, everything that you could possibly need. Again, this is the begode Tesla V3 purchased from alienrides.com. You can use the discount code to get yourself $50 off a Tesla or an RS or whatever EUC you want. The RSs and Teslas are in stock right now. Grab yourself one before it's too late, because you know they're going to go fast. This is the riding season. Wheels don't stay in stock for long. You just discount code ZEN to get yourself $50 off. Helps me out, helps you out. We're helping each other out here. Get the word out. And until next time, stay in the Zen zone.